Imagine a vast, golden Olympus, shining softly under a warm, gentle sun. Marble pillars rise high into the sky, glowing with a quiet, comforting light. The air is calm and still, carrying the faint scent of blooming olive trees and delicate flowers swaying gently in the breeze. High above the earth, the gods look down with serene eyes. Among them stands Zeus, the mighty and wise king of the gods. His presence is powerful but peaceful, like a great mountain standing tall and silent. The sky holds its breath in quiet anticipation. From Zeus and the goddess Hera, a child is born, Hercules. He is no ordinary child. He carries the blood of gods and mortals alike. His arrival is soft, like a whisper, but it carries the promise of great strength and even greater challenges to come. The gods gather quietly around, speaking in gentle whispers. They sense the heavy destiny that lies ahead for this boy, a path filled with trials that will test his courage and patience. The baby Hercules sleeps peacefully, unaware of the journey that waits for him. The golden light of Olympus wraps around him like a warm blanket, protecting him in this quiet moment. Though his future will hold many hardships, this moment remains calm and full of hope. As Hercules grows beneath the soft glow of Olympus, his breath is steady and slow. His story begins here, in a place where the world of gods meets the world of mortals, where the impossible feels just within reach. Each day, the sun rises gently over the marble pillars, casting long shadows and bathing the land in golden hues. The quiet whispers of the gods fill the air, telling tales of heroes and legends yet to come. And so, the tale of Hercules starts, not with a roar or a battle, but with a calm breath and a soft step into a world that waits patiently for his story to unfold. Hercules grew slowly, surrounded by the soft and warm light of Olympus. The gentle whispers of the gods seemed to follow him wherever he went, like a comforting melody carried on the breeze. Even as a small child, there was something peaceful in his presence, a quiet calmness that settled over the air around him. Though he was still very young, there was a soft power humming quietly beneath his skin, a strength waiting patiently to be discovered. He moved through the world carefully, with slow, measured steps, never rushing, as if he understood the importance of taking his time. The trees in the forests seemed to bow gently as Hercules walked past, their leaves whispering softly in the wind. The rivers flowed steadily, reflecting the calm expression on his face and the steady rhythm of his breath. Even the animals sensed the gentle strength within him and watched with quiet curiosity. His laughter was soft and warm, like a quiet melody that floated gently through the air, bringing a sense of peace to those who heard it. His smile was slow to appear but full of kindness and warmth. Beneath this calm exterior, however, there was an undeniable force, a power that few could fully understand. The gods watched silently from their lofty thrones, aware of the great destiny that Hercules carried. They knew his path would be long and filled with trials that would test not only his strength but also his patience and courage. His heart would need to be strong, yet gentle, ready to face the many challenges ahead. Each day, Hercules practiced moving through the world with quiet determination. He learned to control his extraordinary strength, using it carefully and thoughtfully. He understood that true power was not about rushing or force, but about balance and calmness. In the stillness of early morning, as the sun rose slowly over Olympus, long rays of warm light stretched across the land. Hercules would stretch too, feeling the gentle pull of his growing muscles, steady and strong. He would breathe deeply, savoring the calm that surrounded him. Though he was young, his spirit was steady and patient. The gentle breeze carried stories of his future adventures, whispering softly through the leaves of the trees and over the rolling hills. And so, Hercules grew, quiet, strong, and patient, preparing himself for the many challenges that awaited him, one slow, steady step at a time. As Hercules grew older, his world began to widen, slowly, gently unfolding like the petals of a delicate flower. Each day brought new experiences, soft lessons, and quiet moments filled with gentle discovery. The early morning sun rose slowly, its warm light filtering through the trees in long golden beams that seemed to dance softly on the forest floor. Hercules moved with great care through this peaceful world. He did not rush, nor did he hurry. Instead, he took his time, feeling the earth beneath his feet with each careful step. He listened intently to the subtle sounds around him, the songs of birds drifting lazily on the warm breeze, the gentle rustling of leaves sharing ancient stories in soft whispers. Though his body grew stronger with each passing day, Hercules soon understood that true strength was something deeper than muscles or power. It was the quiet courage that lived within him, the calm and steady heart that faced challenges with gentle patience and without fear. Sometimes small tasks would test his resolve. A heavy stone might feel too large to lift, or a steep path too difficult to climb all at once. But Hercules never felt the need to rush. Instead, he took a deep, slow breath, filling his lungs with fresh air, and moved forward with gentle care, one careful step at a time. From their lofty thrones above, the gods watched silently, their eyes soft and filled with kindness. They saw Hercules' quiet determination growing stronger with every small victory. They whispered gentle words of encouragement that traveled on the wind, surrounding him with a calming strength and quiet hope. In these soft and peaceful moments, Hercules found his true strength. As the sun set slowly, its warm glow wrapped the land like a cozy blanket. The sky darkened gradually, sprinkled with twinkling stars that blinked sleepily in the night. Nighttime brought a soothing calm, and Hercules rested peacefully, his breathing slow and even, ready to greet the next day with renewed patience and quiet hope. Each challenge, no matter how small, became an important step on his journey. A journey not marked by loud noise or hurried haste, but by steady, calm progress. A journey where courage was discovered in stillness, and strength was measured by the gentle beat of a kind heart. And so, Hercules moved forward, slowly, quietly, and bravely, prepared to face whatever lay ahead, embracing each peaceful moment as it came, one calm breath at a time. The days gently stretched into weeks, and the weeks unfolded softly into months. Hercules, growing stronger with every slow and steady sunrise, began to understand more about the wide, peaceful world around him. The morning light crept softly through the branches of the ancient trees, painting dappled patterns on the forest floor like a delicate, moving quilt. In this quiet forest, every sound seemed to hold a story. The rustle of leaves whispered old secrets, while the soft chirping of birds floated lazily on the warm breeze. Hercules listened carefully to these gentle songs, allowing them to guide his steps as he wandered slowly and thoughtfully through the calm woods. He soon discovered that strength was not only found in muscles or power, but also in patience, kindness, and a calm heart. Each new trial was a quiet lesson, wrapped in softness. Sometimes it was the task of moving a heavy log, which required steady hands and slow, measured effort. Other times it was climbing a steep hill, where careful, deliberate steps mattered more than speed. Hercules met each challenge with a deep breath and quiet confidence. He did not rush. Instead, he moved with grace and intention, understanding that real strength came from within, from a peaceful spirit that remained calm in the face of difficulty. High above, the gods watched silently from their golden thrones. Their eyes were filled with quiet approval and gentle pride. They knew the path ahead would be long and sometimes filled with hardship. But they also saw the gentle courage growing steadily in Hercules' heart. This courage was soft, but unwavering, like a warm flame flickering gently in the dark night. At times, Hercules felt the weight of tiredness settle over him like a soft blanket. His breath came slow and steady as he paused to rest and gather his strength. He learned that true power was not just about pushing forward relentlessly, but also about knowing when to pause, when to rest, and when to move forward again, with renewed calm. The sun moved slowly across the sky, rising and setting in graceful arcs. The colors of dawn and dusk, soft pinks, gentle oranges, and soothing purples, bathed the land in a peaceful glow. As night fell, the stars blinked sleepily in the vast sky, casting a calm, shimmering light over the quiet earth below. In these peaceful moments, Hercules felt a deep sense of comfort and belonging. He was never alone, for the world around him was full of quiet strength and gentle encouragement. Each small victory, every step taken with patience and care, laid the foundation for the great hero he was destined to become. Hercules' journey was not a race or a hurried dash, but a slow and steady walk filled with gentle lessons and quiet triumphs. And so, with calm breath and steady heart, Hercules moved forward, patient, brave, and peaceful, ready to face each new day with quiet courage, one gentle moment at a time. As the days melted softly into one another, Hercules found himself moving steadily along a path filled with lessons both gentle and profound. His steps were slow and deliberate, as though each footfall was a quiet promise to himself, a promise to grow stronger, wiser, and kinder with every breath he took. The world around him was a tapestry of soft colors and delicate sounds. The wind whispered slowly through the tall grasses, carrying with it the faint scent of wildflowers and ancient trees. Birds perched quietly on branches, their songs a gentle lullaby that mingled with the rhythmic rustling of leaves. Hercules listened to the world with patient ears. He understood that true strength was not just about mighty deeds or grand gestures. Instead, it was found in small moments of quiet reflection and steady perseverance. The hero's journey was as much about the heart as it was about the body. Sometimes, Hercules faced moments of doubt, when the weight of what lay ahead felt heavy upon his shoulders. In those times, he would pause. He would close his eyes and take a long, slow breath, feeling the calm air fill his lungs and the steady beating of his heart beneath his chest. It was in these peaceful pauses that Hercules gathered his courage. He reminded himself that the journey was not a race, but a steady, winding road, a road that required patience and faith in oneself. With each slow, thoughtful step forward, he grew more confident in his quiet strength. The gods watched with tender care, their presence like a warm light that never faded. They saw Hercules learning not only to lift great weights, but also to carry the weight of responsibility with grace. His wisdom deepened, like a calm lake, reflecting the steady light of the stars above. The sun's journey across the sky was unhurried, moving in smooth arcs from dawn's gentle pinks to midday's warm golds, and finally to dusk's soft purples. As night fell, the world was wrapped in a velvet blanket of peace, sprinkled with the slow twinkling of distant stars. In this tranquil night, Hercules rested deeply, his breath even and slow. He dreamed of the adventures yet to come, of challenges that would test his patience and courage in ways he had not yet imagined. But he knew, deep in his heart, that with each quiet moment of rest and reflection, he was becoming the hero he was meant to be. And so the path of heroism stretched before him, not hurried or loud, but calm and steady. With each slow step, Hercules moved forward, carrying within him a growing wisdom and strength, ready to face the world with a heart full of quiet courage. Hercules, now a young man standing at the edge of his greatest adventures, began to sense the true depth of the journey before him. It was not simply a tale of mighty deeds or feats of great strength, but a slow, unfolding path that called for courage, patience, and a gentle heart. The days passed softly, like whispers on the wind. Each morning, the sun would rise slowly, spilling warm, golden light across the land. The soft beams filtered through the leaves of the tall trees, casting dappled shadows that shifted quietly with the gentle breeze. Birds sang sweet, calming melodies, their songs weaving a peaceful symphony that blended with the faint rustling of leaves and the distant murmur of a flowing stream. In this tranquil world, Hercules learned that true strength was more than muscle and power. It was also the strength to listen, to oneself and to the world around. Sometimes the challenges he faced were not physical at all, but required quiet reflection and careful thought. Moments came when he needed to pause and consider his next step, weighing his choices with a calm mind and steady heart. He discovered the value of patience, a kind of quiet power that allowed him to endure difficult moments without rushing or forcing his way forward. When obstacles blocked his path, he would take a slow, deep breath, feeling the cool air fill his lungs and the steady beat of his heart beneath his chest. This gentle rhythm became his guide, reminding him to move with intention and grace. The gods watched over him from their celestial homes, their eyes soft and full of kindness. They admired how Hercules' spirit was growing, becoming not only stronger but wiser and more compassionate. His heart was like a calm lake, reflecting the light of the stars that twinkled far above, steady and untroubled even in the darkest night. Each trial brought new lessons, teaching Hercules to balance strength with humility, courage with wisdom. Sometimes, the hardest battles were the ones fought quietly within, where he needed to confront his own fears and doubts. But with every slow step, every mindful breath, he grew more confident and sure of himself. The sun moved gently across the sky, its light shifting from the soft pinks and oranges of dawn to the warm, golden hues of midday, and finally to the cool purples and blues of evening. As night fell, a velvet blanket of darkness wrapped the earth, dotted with countless stars that shimmered softly like distant lanterns guiding the way. In these peaceful moments, Hercules rested deeply, his breathing slowed to a steady, even pace, and his body relaxed under the calm sky. He dreamed of the adventures still to come, of challenges that would test his strength, his patience, and his heart in ways he had never imagined. Yet he knew, deep within, that with each moment of quiet rest and reflection, he was becoming the hero he was meant to be. The journey was not a race or a hurried dash, but a slow and steady walk, a path filled with gentle lessons and quiet victories. And so, with a calm heart and steady spirit, Hercules moved forward, patient, brave, and peaceful, ready to face the future one slow, gentle step at a time. Hercules continued on his journey, moving with the unhurried grace of the gentle breeze that drifted softly through the ancient forests and open meadows. Each step he took was careful and deliberate, as if he was savoring the very earth beneath his feet, feeling its quiet pulse and steady heartbeat. Around him, the world moved slowly, in harmony with his own gentle pace. The leaves rustled softly in the wind, whispering ancient secrets passed down through the ages. The distant call of a solitary bird echoed through the still air, stretching out long and mellow like a peaceful song, sung just for him. Every sound was a quiet invitation to listen, to open his heart and mind to the subtle rhythms of nature's gentle song. Hercules learned to slow his breathing, matching it to the soft sighs of the wind, finding comfort in the steady rise and fall of his chest. This rhythm became a steady drumbeat, a calming presence that guided him through the winding paths of his long journey. Sometimes, the road ahead was uneven and rocky, covered in rough stones and tangled roots. Hercules moved slowly, planting each foot with care and thought. He felt the texture of the earth beneath his sandals, the coolness of shaded moss, the warmth of sun-baked soil, the firmness of weathered stone. These sensations grounded him, reminding him that every small step was part of a greater whole, and that progress, no matter how slow, was still progress. The sun traveled its slow course across the sky, painting the world in gentle hues that shifted with the passing hours. Mornings were soft and pale, bathed in delicate shades of powder blue and creamy white. As the day warmed, golden light poured through the branches, spilling over the land like liquid honey. By afternoon, the sky blushed with the softest ambers and apricots, a warm embrace that wrapped around Hercules like a comforting shawl. When evening came, the colors softened once more, pale pinks, tender lavenders, and the faintest touch of twilight blue. The sun slipped quietly behind the horizon, leaving a tranquil hush in its wake. Night spread its velvet cloak over the earth, dotted with countless stars that blinked slowly, twinkling like distant candles lit just for Hercules. In these peaceful nights, Hercules rested deeply, his body relaxed, and his breath steady and slow. He dreamed gentle dreams of the path ahead, of the quiet courage he would need for the days to come. The trials might be many, and the journey long, but with each restful night his spirit grew stronger, ready to face each new dawn with calm determination. The gods watched with soft smiles, proud of the hero who carried his strength, not as a shout, but as a quiet song, a song of patience, kindness, and enduring courage. Hercules' heart shone with a gentle light, steady and true, lighting the way through the darkest moments with a calm and unwavering glow. And so, with each slow, mindful step, Hercules continued on his journey. His spirit was calm, his heart brave, and his resolve quiet but unbreakable. The path stretched before him like a slow-moving river, winding gently through the landscape of time, and Hercules walked it with steady feet and a peaceful soul, ready to meet whatever challenges lay ahead, one slow, gentle moment at a time. As Hercules journeyed onward, the soft passage of time became his closest companion. Days blended gently into nights, and nights into new dawns, each moment carrying with it a quiet lesson about the power of patience and the wisdom that comes with waiting. The world around him was a living canvas painted with slow, delicate strokes. The sunlight filtered softly through the leaves of ancient trees, casting gentle shadows that danced quietly upon the earth. The air was filled with the subtle scent of blooming flowers and fresh grass, mingling with the faint, soothing sound of a distant brook gently bubbling over smooth stones. Hercules moved with a calm awareness, feeling each step as a connection to the world's slow heartbeat. He understood that rushing would only disturb the harmony of the journey, so he embraced the steady rhythm of the days, letting his mind wander calmly, like a leaf drifting upon a tranquil stream. With every slow breath, he welcomed the peace that came from knowing that all things unfold in their own time. His challenges, his victories, and even his moments of rest were all parts of a larger, unhurried story, one that required trust in the natural flow of life. Sometimes the path ahead seemed long and uncertain. There were stretches of quiet solitude where the only sounds were the soft rustle of leaves and the gentle footsteps he made on the soft earth. In these moments, Hercules found space to reflect deeply, to listen to the quiet voice within that spoke of courage and calm endurance. The sun's journey across the sky was slow and deliberate, moving from the cool, gentle blues of morning to the warm, golden glow of afternoon, and finally, to the soft, soothing hues of twilight. As the evening light faded, the stars appeared one by one, their soft twinkles like tiny beacons of hope and guidance in the dark sky. Under this vast, quiet canopy, Hercules rested with a heart full of quiet confidence. His breath slowed, and his body melted into a peaceful stillness. Dreams came softly, weaving images of future adventures filled with gentle strength and calm bravery. The gods smiled down from their distant homes, proud of the hero who had learned to walk his path not with haste, but with a patient, steady heart. Hercules' spirit glowed softly, a warm and steady light that shone through the night, guiding him forward with quiet wisdom and endless patience. And so, with slow and thoughtful steps, Hercules continued on his journey, his heart open, his mind calm, and his spirit steady. The road stretched out before him like a slow river winding through the peaceful lands of time, and Hercules walked it gently, ready to meet each moment with quiet courage and serene strength. Hercules' journey was not just a path through the world outside, but also a deep and gentle exploration of the world within himself. Each step he took was slow and thoughtful, as if he was walking not only on the earth, but through the soft layers of his own heart and mind. The morning mist lay thick and quiet over the fields, wrapping the landscape in a tender, silvery blanket that softened every edge and made the world feel like a gentle dream. The air was cool and fresh, filled with the subtle scent of wet grass and blooming wildflowers. A soft breeze carried the distant song of waking birds, their melodies weaving through the quiet dawn like a peaceful lullaby. Hercules breathed slowly, feeling the cool air fill his lungs and then leave them in a calm, steady rhythm. His footsteps were light and measured, touching the earth with a gentle reverence, as though honoring the quiet strength that flowed beneath his feet. Inside him there was a stillness that mirrored the peaceful morning around him. He felt his heart beating softly, steady and sure, like a quiet drum guiding him onward. This was a different kind of strength, a gentle strength born of patience, kindness, and deep understanding. It was the kind of power that didn't shout or storm, but whispered softly in the stillness. As the sun rose higher, its warm light spread slowly over the land, casting long, lazy shadows that stretched and curled like soft ribbons across the fields. The golden glow touched the leaves and flowers, making them shimmer as if sprinkled with dust made of sunlight. Hercules watched the light with calm eyes, feeling its gentle warmth seep into his skin and fill him with quiet comfort. The path before him wound gently through hills and forests, sometimes dipping into cool, shaded groves where the air smelled of pine and earth. Here, the world seemed to slow even more, wrapped in a deep green quiet that invited Hercules to pause and listen. To the rustle of leaves, the distant call of an owl, the faint trickle of a hidden stream. In these moments of stillness, Hercules turned inward, exploring the soft spaces of his mind where courage and calm met. He thought about the challenges he had faced, the lessons he had learned, and the strength he still carried within. It was a strength that did not rush or force itself, but grew slowly and surely, like the steady flow of a gentle river carving its way through the land. Time passed slowly, measured not by the ticking of a clock but by the soft unfolding of the day, from the quiet pinks and blues of early morning, through the warm golds and ambers of afternoon, to the soft purples and silvers of twilight. Each moment was a brushstroke in a vast and peaceful painting, a story told in colors and light that moved at its own perfect pace. As night fell, stars began to twinkle in the deep blue sky, their gentle light like tiny lanterns shining just for Hercules. Under this vast, quiet canopy, he felt a deep sense of peace settle over him. His breath slowed even more, and his body relaxed into the soft earth beneath him. He dreamed gentle dreams, dreams of quiet strength, of kind hearts and steady hands, of journeys not just through lands but through the very soul. And when he awoke, he carried this calm courage with him, ready to meet whatever lay ahead, with a steady heart and a gentle spirit. The gods watched silently, their faces serene and proud. Hercules was no longer just a hero of great feats and mighty deeds. He was a hero of patience, wisdom, and quiet grace, a light shining softly in the stillness of the night, guiding him ever onward on his long and gentle journey. As Hercules continued his journey, the challenges he faced were no longer only of strength and courage, but of patience and understanding. The road ahead was winding and sometimes unclear, and it invited him to look not just outward, but inward, to the quiet chambers of his heart and mind. The morning light filtered softly through the canopy of ancient trees, casting gentle shadows that moved slowly with the breeze. The air was cool and fresh, carrying the faint scent of pine and wildflowers. Every step Hercules took was careful and measured, as if he were walking on a path of dreams, where each moment stretched gently into the next. Within this tranquil world, Hercules felt a stirring of thoughts and feelings, some quiet, some deep like hidden rivers flowing beneath the surface. He listened patiently to these currents within himself, letting them flow without rush or resistance. The gentle whisper of his own heart guided him like a soft lantern in the dusk. The challenges of his past were like distant mountains, strong and tall, but softened now by time and understanding. He remembered moments of fear, of doubt, and of struggle, but also moments of kindness, hope, and quiet bravery. Each memory was a thread in the tapestry of his journey, woven with care and slow, deliberate hands. As the sun climbed higher, the world around him seemed to hum with gentle life, the rustle of leaves, the song of birds, the faint trickle of a stream nearby. Hercules breathed deeply, feeling the steady rhythm of his heart sync with the peaceful pulse of the earth. He realized that true strength was not only in mighty deeds, but in the ability to listen, to others, to himself, and to the quiet voice of patience that spoke softly in the stillness. This strength was a calm river, flowing steady and sure, carrying him gently through the twists and turns of his path. The sky shifted slowly, painting the afternoon with soft shades of gold and amber. Shadows lengthened and softened, wrapping the world in a warm embrace. Hercules paused beneath a wide, ancient oak, its leaves whispering quietly in the breeze. Here, he found a moment of rest, a chance to gather his thoughts and feel the peacefulness that comes with stillness. Night approached slowly, bringing with it a velvet darkness sprinkled with twinkling stars. Under this vast sky, Hercules felt a deep sense of calm settle over him. His breath slowed, his muscles relaxed, and he welcomed the gentle quiet that wrapped around him like a soft blanket. In the stillness of the night, he dreamed gentle dreams, dreams filled with quiet strength, with kindness, and with the knowledge that every step, no matter how slow, was part of a greater journey. The gods looked down with quiet pride, knowing that Hercules had grown not only in might, but in wisdom and grace. His light was no longer a fierce blaze, but a steady, gentle glow, guiding him softly through the night and into the promise of a new day. And so, with a heart full of calm courage, Hercules continued onward, walking slowly, breathing deeply, and embracing the quiet power of patience and understanding. As Hercules journeyed onward through the soft, rolling hills, he discovered something new. True power was not only measured by feats of strength or heroic deeds, but also by the quiet strength of compassion that lives deep within the heart. This gentle power whispered softly in moments of stillness, inviting him to slow down and listen closely to the world around him and to himself. The early morning sun cast a soft, golden light across the landscape, touching every blade of grass, every leaf, and every petal with a delicate, shimmering glow. A cool breeze stirred the air gently, carrying the faint, sweet scent of wildflowers, mingled with fresh, earthy soil beneath Hercules' steady feet. Each breath he took was deep and calm, filling his lungs slowly and fully, then releasing the air in a gentle, soothing sigh that seemed to echo the peaceful rhythm of the natural world. The path wound gently through peaceful meadows and quiet, ancient forests where the sounds of nature mingled in a soft, harmonious symphony. The rustling leaves danced softly in the wind. The distant, melodious calls of birds greeted the new day, and the gentle murmur of a nearby stream wove its way quietly over smooth stones. Hercules moved, with slow, steady steps, feeling the rhythm of his heart echo in time with the quiet music of the earth. Each footfall, a gentle beat in the vast, tranquil song of the world around him. Within this calm and serene world, he reflected deeply on the meaning of compassion, an understanding that stretched far beyond words, reaching into the very soul of all living things. It was a strength, born not from force or loud triumphs, but from kindness and empathy, a warmth that could soothe even the deepest wounds and heal the most hidden scars. He thought back to times when he had helped others, not with mighty strength alone, but with patience, gentle words, and a caring heart. These moments left soft, gentle marks on his own heart, reminders of the quiet power that comes from truly seeing and hearing another's pain, without judgment or haste. As the day slowly unfolded, sunlight filtered softly through the thick canopy of leaves, creating shimmering patterns that danced upon the forest floor. In a play of light and shadow, the world moved slowly here, as if in a peaceful dance with time itself, inviting Hercules to embrace the slow pace and let his thoughts drift gently, like leaves carried by a calm, meandering river. The afternoon sky was painted with warm shades of amber and gold. Sunlight, the heartbeat of the earth beneath his feet, the whisper of the breeze through the trees, and the quiet murmur of life thriving in every corner of this peaceful world. Evenings came softly, wrapping the land in soothing hues of lavender and deep blue. The stars began to twinkle quietly above, their soft light, like tiny beacons of hope, scattered across the vast, velvet night sky. Beneath this silent, gentle canopy, Hercules felt a deep peace settle within his soul. He knew his journey was far from over, yet he carried with him the quiet strength of compassion, a light that would guide him through every challenge and every shadow ahead. With each slow, deliberate breath and gentle step, he carried this soft, glowing light inside, a light that warmed not only his own heart, but the hearts of all those he met along the way. And so, With a calm spirit and a steady open heart, Hercules moved forward, slowly, surely, and filled with a quiet power that shone softly in the night, lighting his path with gentle grace and unwavering kindness. After embracing the quiet strength of compassion, Hercules continued his journey through the vast and gentle landscape, his steps slow, deliberate, as if he was moving through a dream. The soft light of the morning sun caressed the hills, casting warm glows and gentle shadows. Every step he took felt like a conversation with the earth beneath him, a silent exchange between hero and nature. The air was fresh and calm, filled with the subtle fragrance of blooming flowers, a delicate scent that seemed to whisper stories of old, stories of heroes and gods, and of hearts full of courage and kindness. Hercules paused by a quiet stream, its waters flowing slowly, peacefully, reflecting the clear sky above. He knelt down, dipping his fingers into the cool water, feeling the gentle current slip through his hands. A reminder that life, like the stream, flows steadily, sometimes fast, sometimes slow, but always moving forward. As he rose, he noticed the small creatures around him, birds singing softly in the trees, butterflies fluttering gently from flower to flower, each living being carrying its own story, its own quiet strength. Hercules felt a deep connection to all these lives, a growing understanding that true heroism is not just in mighty acts, but in the small moments of care and attention. He walked on, the landscape unfolding like a calm, endless sea of green, soft grass bending under the light breeze, whispering secrets only the patient could hear. Along the path, ancient trees stood tall and wise, their branches swaying slowly, as if nodding in approval of Hercules' gentle heart. He stopped beneath one grand oak, its leaves rustling softly, and closed his eyes, breathing deeply. The quietness wrapped around him like a warm blanket, filling him with peace, with a sense of belonging. In this moment, Hercules realized that his greatest strength came not from the battles he fought, but from the peace he carried inside, a peace that could calm storms and heal wounds. Slowly, as the sun began to dip lower, painting the sky with soft hues of pink and gold, Hercules found a quiet place to rest. The stars would soon appear, one by one, silent guardians lighting the night. And with each breath, each gentle heartbeat, he drifted deeper into a calm, restful sleep, ready to face whatever the new day would bring, with a heart full of quiet courage and an unbreakable kindness. As the soft light of dawn gently spread across the horizon, painting the sky with shades of lavender, pink, and warm gold, Hercules began the last part of his journey, his steps slow and measured, each footfall a calm, steady beat, matching the peaceful rhythm of his breathing. The world around him seemed to sigh softly. Leaves whispered ancient secrets in the morning breeze. A nightingale's distant song floated like a gentle lullaby. Nearby, a river sang quietly over smooth stones. All the sounds blended together, wrapping Hercules in a soothing melody. He breathed in deeply. The fresh scent of wildflowers and damp earth filled his lungs, every breath slow and full, carrying calmness deep into his soul. As he walked, the sunlight filtered softly through the trees, casting warm patches of light on the soft green grass. Shadows danced lightly as the breeze stirred the leaves. Eventually, Hercules reached a grand willow tree. Its long branches drooped gracefully, creating a natural shelter. Beneath it sat an old woman, her eyes kind and filled with gentle wisdom, her smile soft like the petals of a rose kissed by morning dew. She looked up and greeted him warmly. "Welcome, Hercules. You have traveled far and learned much, carrying both burdens and blessings." He sat beside her, feeling peace settle in his heart. Her voice was soft but full of meaning. "True strength," she said slowly, "is not in the battles you fight, nor the loud triumphs the world admires, but in the quiet courage to be kind, to listen with patience, and to love without asking for anything in return." Hercules nodded, reflecting on all he had faced, the monsters, the trials, but also the moments of kindness, the smiles he shared, the peace he found in quiet moments. The woman took his hand gently, her touch warm and steady. "You carry a light inside you, Hercules, a light that shines brightest through compassion and the grace to forgive, especially yourself. The sky slowly darkened into twilight, shifting from soft pinks to deep purples. Stars appeared, twinkling softly, tiny lanterns lighting the vast night sky. Hercules looked up, feeling part of something vast. The endless dance of day and night, light and shadow. His heart swelled with gratitude for his journey, for the lessons learned, and for the quiet strength he now carried. Rising slowly, the old woman smiled, a promise in her eyes. This was not an end, but a gentle beginning. He took one last look at the willow tree, then turned toward the path ahead, knowing he would carry this calm strength with him always. As night fully embraced the world, he found soft grass under the open sky, lay down gently, closed his eyes, breathing in the cool night air. The stars above shimmered quietly, reminding him that even in darkness, there is hope, kindness, and a quiet strength that never fades. And with that comforting thought, Hercules drifted into a peaceful sleep, wrapped in the gentle embrace of night, ready to greet the new day, with a heart calm and strong, forever kind. As the very first light of morning softly touched the horizon, Hercules slowly opened his eyes beneath the vast, star-filled sky. The gentle glow of dawn stretched across the earth, wrapping everything in a warm, golden embrace. Around him, the world began to awaken quietly. Birds started their gentle songs in the trees. A soft breeze carried the fresh scent of blooming flowers and moist earth. The leaves whispered secrets as they swayed lightly, and the river nearby murmured its peaceful song. Hercules rose from the soft grass with calm, measured movements, feeling the strength inside him, a strength that was no longer just about power or battles won, but a quiet, steady strength born from kindness, from courage, and from all the wisdom he had gathered on his long journey. He looked out toward the horizon, where the sun was slowly climbing higher, spreading golden light across the sky, painting clouds in shades of peach, rose, and gentle apricot. This new day was a beginning, a fresh start filled with hope, a chance to walk forward gently, with a heart full of kindness, and a spirit ready to embrace whatever the future might hold. Hercules took a deep breath, filling his lungs with the cool morning air. He felt grateful for every step of his journey, for the trials he had faced, for the friends he had met along the way, and for every quiet lesson learned. The path that once seemed so long and uncertain had become a road of discovery, of quiet strength, and endless hope. With each slow step he took, he carried the promise of tomorrow with him, a promise filled with kindness, courage, and the soft, steady light of a heart that knows. True strength comes from within. As he walked beneath the vast sky, the sun rose higher, bathing the world in warm, golden light, casting long, gentle shadows, and awakening the life around him. Hercules felt a deep peace settle over him, a peace that comes from knowing that no matter what may come, he carries inside himself a strength that cannot be broken, a strength that grows with every kind act and every gentle word. So, under the wide open sky, with the soft warmth of the new day around him, Hercules walked forward, slowly, calmly, with a soul forever strong, forever kind, and forever at peace. The story of his journey may have come to an end, but the light he carried would shine on, in the hearts of all who hear it. A gentle reminder that true strength is quiet and endless. And with that thought, Hercules smiled softly, ready to greet whatever the day would bring, with a calm heart and a spirit full of hope.